Hello singers, welcome to my video on the top 5 mistakes that beginner singers make and how to avoid them. Let's get started. Number 1, holding your breath instead of expanding and supporting your breath. So when we sing, we want to use what we call diaphragmatic breathing, and that is the expansion of the lower rib cage and the belly and the side body. So when we inhale, we are breathing in through your nose, and you see how that expansion happens. It opens up just like a balloon. The tendency is for us to breathe in and suck in our bellies, right? But you know what? When we were born, we knew how to breathe properly right away. So we have to return to that so that we can support our voice as best we can when we're singing. Number 2, ignoring your warm-ups. I know time is of the essence and we just want to get to the point, right? We want to start singing right away. But in order for us to sing properly and healthfully for our body and for our voice, we want to make sure that we are moving into our singing gently. So that means you start with your breathing exercises, right? Our diaphragmatic breathing, and then we can go into opening up and warming up the throat and the body. So in another video, I talked about how do we activate the upper body from our chest up so that before we actually open our mouth to sing, you'll be able to have that nice and engaged and ready to sing. So, but now we're talking about what do we do when we actually start using our voice. And so with this, with warm-ups, you can start with humming, you can start with some lip trills, some sirens, you can start with just vocalizing, but you want it to be nice and easy, exploring the highs and the lows and everything else in between. Number 3, poor posture. Now, you're probably looking at yourself right now and saying, oh, am I hunched over like this? If you are a vocalist, you are to be nice and long, imagining that you have a string in the middle of your head and it's lifting you up nice and tall. Your shoulders are back, your chest is up, your chin is up, everything is engaged here. When you're standing, your posture, your feet are about hip width distance apart and you're not locking your knees. You want to make sure that the blood is flowing through your limbs. So having nice and open, elongated body is going to help you project and allow the air to flow and your sound to flow as well. Number 4. Now this is a scary one, even for me, and that is listening to yourself. So that means getting out your phone, getting out an old school tape recorder and recording your vocal sessions. From your lessons to your just your warm-ups to your practice times, you want to make sure that you record it and then you have to listen to it. So that's the hard part, is listening to it and just giving yourself some constructive feedback, because what we hear in the real world is different from what we hear on a recording. A recording is going to be more likely what our audience is hearing, and we may not get all the nuances of, that one note that we didn't, it was out of tune, or, I wasn't breathing properly there, because when you're in the moment, it may just feel amazing or it may not, but this way you can always course correct. And lastly, number 5 is inconsistency. So if you are not practicing at least 5 to 10 minutes a day to start, you want to get that on your calendar. I'm someone who lives by their calendar, so if it's not on my calendar, it's probably not going to happen. So I want you to be more consistent about your practicing. Even if it's just a vocal warm-up, you want to do that 5 minutes. And then you can add on, okay, now I'm going to use 5 to 7 minutes to work on repertoire. So your warm-ups don't have to be long and grandiose. You just want to put attention so that your body, your vocal cords, your everything feels nice and prepared to sing. And there you go. Those are my 5 tips. My 5 tips for beginner singers to really start thinking about your process in a more methodical way. And that's going to help you set yourself up for success. And you're going to have an amazing next practice. And I'll see you soon. Ciao.